Entombed Valley indeed, our first map today, a map that is historically a bit better for Protoss. Protoss players love to pick it against the Zerg. To the bottom right, we have the Startail player starting in the red. It is the Zerg, it is
Startail, Curious.
He's playing against a really well-known Brood War player from a very prestigious StarCraft 1 clan. His ID is...
SK Telecom T1, Rain.
T1's such a strong StarCraft 1 team, great practice regiment, as we talked about earlier. This guy, you know, in StarCraft 1 was pretty good all around. Not too many weaknesses to show. And that's going to probably show through in his StarCraft 2 as well.
Already it's the scout in the main base of his opponent. Curious has been spotted, and therefore everything known to the Protoss player who built his first pylon on the low ground. He wants to go for an expansion play here. And also our Zerg, starting for the Startail team, was lucky enough to send his Overlords straight to the spawning position of his opponent.
Yeah.
There will be no delayed scouting here. Both of them will be having all the information that they need to start this game off safely.
By the way, curious with the weird opening.
Very curious, yeah.
Very curious indeed. With a fast gas. Now, this is going to be likely just for Zergling speed. And the probe knows about this, so he's going to go Forge before Nexus so he can make sure he has enough cannons up so he can prepare well. Not stopping for a second, though, with the probe harass. This is actually really well done by Rain, and he's doing it on the close patch, which means that Curious is losing a lot of mining time here.
And at the same time, though, Curious with the build that we've seen in the past, this was like, let's say a year ago, the safest Zerg opening that you could have. Yeah. Every Zerg player would have started off with 14 gas and pool to get the speed out early. And at some point, Zerg players figured out, well, my opponent is playing really safely. He's trying to get an expansion. He will defend it. I can't really do all that much with the speed. So the time that I have to spend to get the gas, that's something that I miss when it comes down to the mineral income. So most Zerg players try to go for a spawning pool, no gas, and transition into an expansion. And with Curious now going for an early speed, I'm really interested in what exactly he's up to. Because he is still mining gas right now. We could see Baneling busts, we could see a fast tech, but what he definitely wants to achieve is chase down this probe and make sure that there's no scouting.
Exactly. Now, the probe did check the gas mining, and at that time, he had pulled drones out. He pulled them out one by one, and he saw one drone in the gas, and then he left. And now he doesn't know what's happening. The probe comes back in here. He's going to see no natural, but he will see the drone. And this is going to lead him to believe that the hatchery will, in fact, be planted. Probe is taken out, and Curious is actually not going to be making this at all. He's going to be going for the super fast Baneling Nest, one of the most aggressive builds there is in StarCraft 2. And this is an old build, so this is not something that Rain will probably practice against very often. Of course, he's going to hit it on the ladder every now and then. This is not a build he's prepared for this map.
Even on the ladder, it's not necessarily a build that you encounter all this often. That's something that has been, as you already said, a little bit out of fashion lately. And then why it's so interesting and why it's so cool is because Curious is going for a very aggressive build, and he relies on the assumption that Rain is not able to adapt to this just as well. Rain didn't have as much experience in StarCraft 2 so far as Curious had, so Curious is way better known with his timings. And there's only one cannon now, so the wall is really, really vulnerable. And this is a huge ramp. This is very bustable.
It's not even fully walled off. He may go for the pylon if he wants to actually attack it. He's probably going to approach the left side right now. 8 Banelings on the way, 8 more Lings to join the forces. That's going to put him up to a total of 26. Second cannon is on the way.
No hold position on the Zealot either. He has no hold position on the Zealot, and the Zealot walks in. Huge mistake here by Rain. One click on the keyboard, but it is all the difference there is. And this is GG.
GG.
He runs in. The Zealot is not able to block. He busts through, takes down the pylon, unpowers the buildings. The cannon is gone. There is no unit, no